nice wallpaper, they're not gonna get patience. Nice wallpaper.
Robert Daddy.
Areas. Oh yeah, this is the sunroom.
Well, we killed my baby horse, sister.
This heating system. Moving on. We're on edge, though. We're kind of crossing the threshold of the hallway where we set off the alarm. I think we're kind of past it. What happened? Whoa, this looks like it was a conference room. Look at the old wood over here. That's pretty cool. A chapel, yeah, you're right. Could be a chapel. Well, whatever it is, it keeps going into this room.
I know what, Daddy.
Yep. My little bitch answer. What else should I watch on YouTube, dog? What should I watch on YouTube now? What should I watch on YouTube?
23, and what I'm about to tell you, well, at first it was hard to accept. However, now I find it as normal as drinking water. And if you don't think of drinking water as something normal, you should probably make some changes in your life. With the story of my pretty unique relationship. I had my first boyfriend, Mike, right before I finished school. He was an idiot, like every guy is when they're 18. The only good thing about him was that he showed me new things that I really enjoyed, like getting laid and drinking beer. Yes, those are normal things, but understand, back then, they weren't normal for me. Plus, nowadays it seems like everything goes. I mean, I guess that's cool. Kids now are way more free and judge each other less, I think. Anyways, after Mike came Doug. He was really special to me. With him, I learned something truly important that I want to share with you, so take note.
I'm my baby
Daddy,
Daddy
big deal for a relationship.
Yep.
I know everybody would tell you that intercourse isn't the most important thing in the world, and they're probably right. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't care about it. Relationships are like tables. They need legs to work. Those legs are confidence, communication, honesty, and getting laid as much as possible. If one of them doesn't work, the best you can do is change the table. Doug taught me that. Unfortunately, that was the only leg that worked great. The others, not so much. So he changed me. Then, a year ago, I met Colin. He's an awesome guy, and I fell in love with him
Hey, Dodo, we're
as soon as
home.
we met. He's a
Who's
chef,
this?
very passionate.
Oh. Hi guys, I am... How do I explain that? I am your daughter's boyfriend. Yeah. Let's just say boyfriend. Yeah. Boyfriend. Okay, what are you doing for? You know, gonna fuck her. Get out. Listen to me, God. You can't do anything to me. Got it? I will find out where you live. I already know where you live. Okay? So, if I was you, I would do what I say and let me fuck my sister. Yes, we're rated. So fucking what? No one would misuse. I will burn this down. Burn this place down if I have to. No one can tell me what to do. I am not a guy to be fucked with. So, if I was you, fun. Good. Now, do what you normally do, and don't you dare call the feds on me, bitch. Otherwise, that's what happened. You almost shot me.
Yeah.
Yep, I did. Next time it's gonna be your leg. So, No one would know. Okay? And plus, even if I killed you, no one is around for miles. You're in the middle of nowhere. So, no one would know if you're dead or not. I'll make it like a suicide attempt. Like a suicide. Please, no. Just leave us. Good. Now, do what you normally do when you're home. Sorry about that, sister. My baby sister Ho.
Oh, good baby brother. I hate my step-parents.
I know. They're fucking
About everything
assholes.
he does. Every time
Yes.
he speaks, it's like you're hearing a TED
They're
Talk.
fucking
It's impossible
dickheads,
not to feel
cunt.
motivated when you're around him.
Yep.
Eventually, we started dating, and
My
now we've been
beautiful
together 6
skanky
months.
ho
When I say it
virgin
like that, it
sister.
seems like everything is perfect, right? Spoiler alert, it's not. So, 3 of our table legs work great. We only need 1 more to have a wonderful relationship. The thing is that our sex intercourse table leg isn't really working. Yeah, it makes for a wonky table. Every time we try to do something, he's not really excited to do it. Literally. We tried for over a month and it was always the same. I started feeling really bad about myself. I thought that the only thing that didn't motivate him enough was me. It was pretty rough until he told me the truth. He confesses to me that he's deeply in love with me, but he has a condition, or I guess a strong fetish called dogging. Some others may call it cruising. It's a fetish that makes people want to do it in public places. The thing with Colin was that he would only feel horny in those specific conditions. Knowing that made me feel better. We just needed to try it. And it worked. It really did. We have done it in several different public places, and it rocks. Seriously, even if you or your partner don't have this fetish, you should still try it. There is something so hot and exciting about the possibility of getting caught that makes it even hotter. Here are some of the places that I personally recommend to try it. Parking lots, stores' dressing rooms, restaurants and mall bathrooms, alleys, parks at night, and museums if they don't have any cameras. Always keep in mind to check the corners, guys. That's our secret. Anyways, name some random place and we've probably done it there, or at least tried to. Admittedly, not every try is successful, but it's still fun to run the risk. And we've never, ever been caught.
Soccer Stadium?
Once the police almost caught us in a parking
Have
lot near the
you
supermarket.
fucking at the Soccer
We noticed the
Stadium?
car was moving and he over to ask what we were doing. I improvised the excuse that Colin was allergic to peanuts and I'd opened a bag without knowing and he had a reaction and I had to give him an EpiPen. Colin was so shocked by the situation that the police officer bought the lie. So, yesterday, we went to the beach and he asked me to do some oral, underwater, while we were surrounded by people, you know, like the Little Mermaid style. It doesn't get any wilder. Or so I thought. After a few minutes doing it, I felt something really strange in my mouth. I wasn't really sure what was going on. Maybe everything was different because of the salt water. So whatever, I swallowed to avoid making a mess in the water. It was an experience for sure. The point of telling you this story is to motivate you to talk with your partner, to be honest with him or her or whatever pronoun they prefer. It'll make everything...
What else should I watch? Here.
Yo guys, it's Andrea again. You probably remember me from the video A Weird Fetish? Yeah, everything sounded good and dandy in that one, but something really bad happened right before I sent my story to Real Life Talk. So you can consider this as a part 2, I guess. Well, anyways, I'll tell you how my love story didn't turn out to be as perfect as I thought. Or as I stated in the last video, I guess. I'll summarize it quickly. My boyfriend Colin has this weird fetish where he can only get horny when we do it in public places. It's called dogging. We have done it in some really crazy places in public, like dressing rooms and mall bathrooms. Before sending in my last story, we did it at a beach, and he asked me to do oral underwater. And I felt something a little weird in my mouth while I was doing it, and it wasn't what you were thinking. Okay, so now you know all the background. I'm gonna keep going with my story. The next morning after the beach thing, I felt terrible. I had a really bad headache and a stomachache that made me think I should sleep by the toilet. It didn't though. I had no idea what was going on.
You're pregnant
The feeling was so
and
strong I couldn't even
he
get out of
broke
bed.
up with you, I
Colin
guess.
was worried about me, so he gave me some medicine. The night before we had pizza, and I convinced myself that maybe the cheese was bad, and that was all that was happening to me. But anyways, loud noises were making the headache even stronger. Colin helped me to the car and took me to the hospital. The doctor at the ER asked me the typical questions about my diet. He thought maybe I had some sort of food poisoning. He proceeded to run some tests and discovered it was an allergic reaction. What? How? I kept asking, because I definitely wasn't going to eat something that I was allergic to, obviously.
You're allergic to nuts,
He
I
didn't
guess.
know what it was, but he was certain that it was an allergic reaction, so he ran some more tests. Of course, we needed to find out more. Was I allergic to pizza now? Oh god, that would literally be the worst thing in the world. Besides, like, famine and war, obviously. But I was surprised too, because I didn't have hives or any visible swelling on my body. Visible, keyword. My stomach was swollen like a balloon, and I thought I was about to burst. The doctor gave me some pills that were a really strong anti-allergic, but they also made me really sleepy. I was sleepy for a few hours, and I woke up as if nothing had ever happened to me. I wanted to go home, but the doctor insisted that I wait a while until they got my lab results, since it was really dangerous for me to go home without knowing what made me that sick. So I waited a few hours, and then the doctor came in with my results. Apparently, I'd eaten seafood. I told him that was impossible because I knew I was allergic to seafood and I would never eat that. He insisted that seafood was the cause and then sent me home with some pills. I was so confused on the way home from the ER. I tried to remember everything I did the day before to just figure out what could have caused this. And then something came to mind. Do you remember that I felt something weird in my mouth when I was doing oral on Colin? It was something squishy and salty, like wet latex. As soon as I went home, I went online and Googled squishy and latex flavor and found something that could have been my answer. I visited this forum about Asian cuisine, and people were describing the flavor of raw jellyfish as squishy and salty. One of them even said, like, biting a condom. Oh my god. There were more descriptions, and all of them were pretty similar to what I accidentally ate. There was no doubt. I ate a small, raw, and live jellyfish while performing oral sex. Oh my god, it feels just like so weird even thinking about that, and honestly, more weird saying it out loud. I called the doctor and told him that I accidentally ate a jellyfish. He asked how, and I said apparently we simply bought the strangest pizza on earth. He didn't buy it, but he didn't ask more questions about it. But I think there is a moral lesson here. Or at least a health lesson. I'm telling you, if you don't know what you're allergic to, go to a lab and take all the tests you can to find out. The doctor told me that I was lucky because my reaction was one of the easiest to cure. But there are others that you have to act within minutes or it could be really dangerous. Like deadly kind of dangerous. Anyways, what do you guys think of my story? I'll be reading your comments. I hope nothing weirder than what already happened happens to me after I send this.
What should I watch now? No.
Hi, I have a twin sister. We look alike pretty much, but have completely different personalities. I'm a little timid, but my older sister is always active.
Let's have
And
another
unlike
joint, baby
me,
sister.
She's ambitious. and
Done,
greedy.
baby brother.
Since she was
Daddy.
young, she's
Good
been
girl, my
studying
whore.
well, exercising
I know
hard,
what, Daddy.
and acquiring many
My
certificates.
virgin.
As a result, she got a good job. I admired her and liked her.
My
But, to be
virgin
honest,
little
I
hoe.
didn't feel like she likes me that
Yes.
much. I felt like she's a little underestimating me. You need to take care of your body shape. Stop eating too much. Ah, okay. She keeps on lecturing me. When I'm studying, she would say, well, that's a first. You are studying. I want to study hard and become like you. What? How is that possible? She comes around. It is hard to tempt Guy. And we set a wedding date. Most of the people around me were happy to hear it, except the only one person. She cursed my boyfriend in my face since she found out that I got pregnant. Are you really going to marry him? Of course, I'm pregnant. You don't match him for level difference. Wouldn't it be better to break up? My boyfriend is not like that. He's too much for you. That kind of relationship is dangerous. You'd better break up. Why are you saying like that? I want you to meet a guy that matches you. I'm just worried about you. Oh my. She kept telling me bad things about my boyfriend and urging me to break up. And another strange thing was that my boyfriend and my older sister meet often. He told me that he bumped into her and have a cup of coffee together. But she and he have never met before. But considering that they bump into each other often, I thought she wants to meet my boyfriend for purpose and pretend to be accident. She visits to my boyfriend's SNS and acts like she knows about him. She takes care of the way she looks. I doubted if she wants to tempt my boyfriend, but I thought it was just imagination and was like, well, whatever. But one day, my sister showed me something that made me shock. It was an ultrasound photo of the fetus. I was surprised. When I looked at her stomach closely, getting along well with him, but I didn't expect this will happen to me. I wanted to figure out what fiancé really denied it, and said that he never did that, but he was suspicious. I told him not to see each other for a while and think about our marriage again. But one day, accidentally, I peeped into her cell phone. I didn't mean to peek, but just wanted to know the truth about what's going on. Then I saw her chatting with someone, and it was so shocking. Thank you for the photo. It was useful. Thanks to you, they fought a lot. That's good. I'll deposit when I receive salary this month. Okay, contact anytime. Oh my god, the ultrasound photo was a fake. My older sister has a good job of making money, and she bought a person with money to get that ultrasound photo. I didn't know that, and I doubted my fiancé. I was so sorry for him. I immediately called my fiancé and told him about it, and the next day, 3 of us decided to meet at the cafe. Hey, actually, I peeked into your cell phone. What? Why are you doing that? I'm sorry, it was shocking. You wanted to stop me from getting married that much? What? You bought someone with money and got a photo of the pregnancy, didn't you? You threatened me and my fiancé with that. Oh my god, how could you do that to me? I feel sorry for your fiancé. I felt bad about him marrying you because you're so incompetent. Your words are so harsh. What? How can you do that to your younger sister? I think it went too far, and I honestly don't understand. I'd like to sue you if I could. Sue me? I tried to be patient because you're older sister of my lover, but I hope you not interrupt our relationship anymore. Know yourself. After a while, she left the cafe. Why did she do that to me? Is it because I'm insufficient than her and pathetic?
Yeah, buddy.
Parked in the driveway, I gave one more look to the house I grew up in. One of my friends once called it the House of Horrors. My 5 brothers and I decided that we've had enough of my parents' controlling behavior. It started when I was only a little girl. My dad would make us stand on one leg reciting full pages from our school books. If we made only one mistake, he would yell and scream at us for hours on end, sometimes even letting us go to bed hungry. My oldest brother, EJ, would always promise us, one day I'm going to save up enough money to get us all out of here. And finally, that day has come. EJ bought a big caravan with money he saved up over the years working in a local convenience store. All 6 of us could fit comfortably in it. My youngest brother was still in the house. My parents, as usual, laid passed out on the couch. EJ yelled from behind the steering wheel, "Hurry up, before they wake up!" Tom rushed out of the house. Just as he was about to put his last bags in the caravan, my parents came running out of the front door. "Where the hell are you going?" screamed my mom. My dad came rushing towards us with his fists in the air. "We will find you. You can't hide from us," yelled my dad. My youngest brother was too slow, and my mom got a hold of him and pulled him down to the ground. We were always so scared of my parents, but not on that day. The rest of us jumped out of the caravan and shoved my mom off of my little brother. For the first time in their life, my parents looked defeated. My mom let go of Tom. We all got into the caravan and EJ started to drive away. My parents were yelling and screaming, waving their fists. All 6 of us started laughing with relief and actual pure joy. What shall we do, and where shall we go? The world was open to us. I was the second youngest, so I didn't really have a say, but I loved spending time with all of them and trusted my brothers with all my heart. We decided to drive through the night. 2 of my brothers took turns driving while the rest of us slept. My brothers weren't the neatest of beings, and all of them can snore really loud. I couldn't fall asleep because it sounded as if the caravan's roof might just lift up from their snoring. I looked at the stars through the caravan window. A family in a smaller brown caravan was driving next to us. In the back, also looking at the stars, was the most beautiful boy I've ever seen. He had dark hair, soft eyes, and a strong jawline. He saw that I was staring at
Let's
him.
have this
I tried to
last
pretend not to
joint
see
and
him, but I
smoke, and we'll
blushed
fuck
bright
baby
red.
whore.
He
Done,
smiled
baby.
and waved at me.
Good girl.
I shyly waved back. He took out a blank piece of paper and started writing something on it. He lifted it and it read, "I like your smile." At that moment,
Hey.
one of my older brothers closed the window.
What's up, huh? You can have this house. We're going. Cool. Okay. See ya. You can have this house. Whatever. See ya, guess. Wait. What? Who's gonna pay the power bill and the electricity? You don't have to. Even I don't have to. It's automatic. Matter of fact, you don't have to. No one. Okay. See ya. See ya. Whatever. So this is my place now, huh? Nice.
Fuck yeah.
I know what, baby whore mummy. Sissy?
Yes, baby daddy, brother.
Curtain in front of my face. "No boys until you're 18, he said, and went back to bed. When I opened the curtain again, he was gone. The next day, we drove cross-country, passing farms with animals. We don't talk about no. We don't passing farms with animals, beautiful grasslands, and some rivers. EJ suggested that we stayed the night at a caravan park. We parked the caravan and started wandering around the park. I couldn't believe it. Parked in one of the stands was the brown caravan. "Hey you," said a soft voice behind me. It was the boy from the road. "Seems like you're following me."
Let's
said,
pause it. Let's
"Hey."
go to the main big fuck, I can't speak. The main big room. Here. Oh no. Where are you even?
I'm still downstairs. I knew they were.
Okay, oh good. Let's chill here now. Instead, since there's no balcony upstairs.
"Hey, my name is Mindy," I giggled. We started to chat. We had so much in common. I felt butterflies in my stomach. After talking for only a few minutes, my older brother called me from across the caravan park. "I have to go, sorry," I said. The boy whispered, "Meet me at the river's edge at 12 p.m. tonight." I nodded. That night, I waited for all my brothers to snore, and then I snuck out of the caravan. I couldn't wait to see him again. He was standing next to the river's edge under a big oak tree, looking more handsome than before. In his hand was a wildflower. He gave it to me and basically started proclaiming his love to me. We kissed in the moonlight. It was an instant connection. His name was Jack. Jack took out a knife from his pocket and carved our initials into the oak tree's trunk, J and M. The sun was already rising, and I had to go back to the caravan. I thought my brothers would be livid that I wandered around at night, but instead I walked into another kind of war zone. Where's Tom? I looked for him all over the caravan park. Mindy, did you see Tom? Was he with you? Everybody was going crazy. No, he wasn't with me. Was Tom really missing? I've never seen EJ so worried. He said, "Everybody, split up. Come back here in an hour." The 5 of us split up. We looked everywhere. Asked at reception, down by the river, in the bathrooms, and even deep into the surrounding woods. But we couldn't find him. We yelled and asked everyone. Jack even helped phoning the local police, but they said they can't help us since it hasn't been 48 hours since he is gone. EJ said, "We can't rely on authorities. We'll figure it out. We always do." We got in the caravan and started looking for Tom, driving on gravel roads, steep roads, and deserted roads, all situated around the caravan park. But nothing. It was getting dark. EJ suggested that we go back to the caravan park in hopes that Tom would have pitched up there. We drove for hours on a gravel road, but we were completely lost. We ended up on a sandy road with no streetlights or pit stops to be found. EJ couldn't find the way back to the caravan park, and now it was in the middle of the night. Next to the sandy road was an open area, and we parked the caravan there. We would continue searching in the morning. We were so tired, all 5 of us passed out. I woke up the next morning to one of my brother's screams. Where the hell are we? When we looked out of the caravan's window, we were surrounded by a desert. Yellow sand stretched out on all sides. We were completely lost. My parents never allowed us to have mobile phones, so we couldn't phone for help. We didn't even have a map. All 5 of us ran out of the caravan. We soon realized that the road we drove on the previous night was gone. The wind must have blown the soft sand over the last remains of the tracks. There was no way we could tell which direction to go. I fell down to my knees and started sobbing. Tom is missing, we're lost, and I'll never see Jack again. My brothers tried to console me, saying that everything would be okay. Luckily, we had an extra tank of fuel in the caravan and some canned food. We had breakfast and started to drive in one direction. It was so hot. The caravan struggled in the soft sand, but thankfully we didn't get stuck. We passed sand dunes and even a few dry bushes and trees, but no sign of people anywhere. Luckily, we eventually reached a gravel road. We drove the whole day. There was nothing in sight. Finally, the desert started to turn into grasslands. By nightfall, we still haven't found any sign of civilization. We stopped the caravan for the night. Before sunrise, I could hear EJ starting the engine of the caravan. "Guys, I just added the last bit of fuel. We need to find something, soon." After hours of driving, EJ finally spotted a cabin in the distance. "Woohoo!" he yelled in ecstasy. We hoped that there would be people in the cabin that could help us. We knocked on the door. "Hello? Anyone home?" But there was no one. As we entered the cabin, I got a really weird feeling. On the walls were pictures of children, all of different ages and races. There were toys scattered around the home. It didn't seem like anyone had lived here for quite some time. Everything was dusty and dirty. Of course, my brothers were looking for food in the kitchen. There wasn't any food, but there were bags of candy, chips, soda, and chocolates. "This was probably like an old toy museum or something," said one of my brothers. "More like a house with freaks," said the other. It seemed like we could help ourselves to as much candy as we wanted, and we did. My brothers completely indulged themselves in chocolates, candy, and jelly beans. While stuffing our faces, we started driving again. About 3 hours later, the caravan ran out of fuel. "Oh no!" yelled EJ. It stopped in the middle of the gravel road. We were completely stranded and didn't know where we were. For 5 days, we lived in the caravan, eating candy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We were miserable. My brothers started fighting. We thought of walking, but we didn't want to leave the caravan. It was our home. Thoughts of Tom made us feel sad. Was he also lost? Was he thinking of us? Then, on the 5th day, a miracle happened. A small brown caravan came driving from afar. It was Jack and his family. They stopped and gave us water. I jumped up and gave Jack a big hug. It probably smelled really bad since I haven't showered in a week. His parents offered to give us a ride to the nearest town. They knew the area pretty well. We all got into their caravan. My 4 brothers and I sat close together. We were too big for their small caravan. For some reason, Jack's parents...
I want to see what I'm going to look like when I'm older, so let's try it out. Okay.
Fuck off your edge.
For some reason, Jack's parents drove back on the road that they came from, which was also the direction of the cabin. But Jack's dad said, "You just missed the town. It's close by." We didn't think anything of it until Jack's dad stopped the caravan next to the cabin. "What are we doing here?" asked DJ. "This is our holiday home," said Jack's dad. "We'll stay here for the night and continue tomorrow.
Ooh.
Follow us." And he screamed, "Run, everybody, run!" Jack's parents were kidnappers. EJ pushed Jack's dad. He fell to the floor. Jack and his mom appeared in the doorway. "You aren't going anywhere," they yelled.
Let's have a smoke
But
down
we
the
weren't
front.
going to back down.
Baby girl.
Myself
sister.
and my 5 brothers
My
fought them off
hoe.
and made a run for it.
Done.
We got into their brown caravan. Luckily, the key was still in the ignition and drove off as fast as we could. We kept looking behind us, wondering if Jack and his parents would catch up with us. We didn't know if they had another car stored somewhere nearby. Eventually, we spotted our caravan down the road. Luckily, there was an extra can of fuel in the brown caravan, so we used it to start the engine of our caravan. We decided to drive in both vehicles. We drove in silence for hours and finally arrived in a small village. We got a map from a local store, filled up all our fuel tanks, and got loads of food. Me and my 5 brothers drove for days on end to get as far away as possible from Jack and his family. We ended up next to the beach in a small fisher's village. There were permanent caravan spots where we parked our caravan. We have been living on that spot for 5 years now. Tom never spoke about the few days he went missing. He buried the details deep within himself. As I buried the memory of Jack, I once spotted him and his parents' faces on a police notice board with the heading, "Kidnappers Wanted." But I didn't bother looking into it any further. I wanted to forget about it.
Fair enough.
Who am I?
A baby hoe virgin.
Yes.
Hey there, I'm Claire, and I don't know how this happened. This does not make any sense at all. I am a virgin. A virgin. But I'm pregnant. I stare at the pregnancy test and those 2 betraying little bars that seemed to mock me. This could not be happening. I rack my brain trying to think of any way I could have possibly gotten pregnant. The pool. This is the only explanation I can come up with for how I could have gotten pregnant when I never had a relationship with any guy. Had some disgusting pervert ejaculated in the pool, and then I went swimming and the water does not have boundaries. I gasp as I feel a panic attack overtake me. I try to take long, steady breaths. I need to calm down. I need to tell someone. I scroll through my phone looking at my contacts. Who can I tell that will not freak out into a flying fit of rage? Mom and Dad are out of the picture. Sisters are a no-go. Likewise, the brothers are a hard no. I look at my unrelated friends. My eyes land off on one name, and I know this is it. The only person who will understand and support me no matter how or why I got pregnant. I sent her a quick text saying I have some important news, and I will tell her on call. I wait a full minute before dialing her number. She picks up on the second ring. I do not even give her time to greet me before I burst out with the news. "I'm pregnant," I shout down her line. There is silence for a few moments before she is screaming too and asking if I am serious. I scream back that I am, and then we both were screaming with no point save for excitement. Once we stopped screaming, she starts interrogating me. I told her that I am still a virgin and my hypothesis on how I got pregnant in the first place. She agreed that it seems the most likely of any other situation. Then she proceeded to tell me that we need to go shopping for baby clothes and she wants to hear the entire story again, this time in person. I had no reason to disagree, so I did not. 3 days later, we are shopping for some maternity items that can help during this first stages of pregnancy. I tell her the entire story again, and she is in awe, the same as me. She asks if I have told anyone else and seems slightly relieved when I say no. This seemed kind of odd to me, but I brush it off. We decide to go out for coffee after our little trip. There's a local cafe that sells rich, steamy coffee at a reasonable price. Their site is in a slightly rundown area, but it's worth it to go. When my friend suggested this place, I was greatly excited. Not many of my other friends wanted to go there because they were afraid of the area. I was so ready to get some of their coffee. Even as we parked the car, my friend fiddled with her keys. I thought nothing suspicious. It was not until she locked the doors while we were still in the vehicle.
Wow, your browser really let this ad through. Switch to Brave browser and autoplay ads like this?
I recalled what happened and I didn't dare call my friend again.
My name is Maria, and I'm 22. I love puppies. Absolutely adore them. I also love kittens and birds and basically any other animal. I tried to be a regular donor of money to the local rescue centers. But lately, I have been struggling with money. It wasn't so bad, but it was enough to make it impossible to donate anymore. This was extremely upsetting to me. Donating to my little puppies and kitties was my favorite thing to do. I never ever wanted to give that up. I didn't think that I would ever have to. I could only donate $1 or a few cents and I was happy for weeks. I loved to play with the puppies too. The staff was happy when I came because I could tire out the little puppies for free and I always left a donation. I had always considered joining the little clinic as a volunteer, but after looking into the requirements of cleaning cages and feeding time, I decided I would rather be an extremely welcome visitor who was loved by the staff and the puppies. I could enjoy all the benefits without the grossness. But now that my finances were tight, this wasn't possible anymore. At first, I thought that it would be okay, that I could get through it. I would work hard to get back up with finances, and then I could be happy again. That was the plan. Until I heard that the rescue centers were going to have a map.
Ready, baby horse sister? My virgin.
Yes, baby daddy brother.
Good girl, let's go upstairs.
Let's do this.
Done. Oh, hi there. You just caught me eating McDonald's, not eating burgers and pizzas here at this boarding school. It's been a month, hasn't it? Well, since then I got expelled from the high school. The court sentenced me here to the boarding school. The reason why I got expelled is because I beat up the principal for pissing me off. This is the boarding school, yo. That's the dorms area, that's the classroom area. Let me show you to my dorm. Girls are up top, guys are down here. This is my dorm here, yo. Look here. PC, bed, speaker here, lounge room, with consoles, with Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Xbox 360. So yeah, the girls are up top while the guys are down here, dude. Let's go chill somewhere. Can't believe it. I got sentenced here to this school for bad kids. Great, man. Let's go chill down here in the parking lot. Here will do. Watch The Simpsons. Press play and roll up a blunt.
But you can tell that that's only partially true.
No, and that's even worse.
Lousy Tritos. Every year, 3 scary stories. 2 of them good and a lame one in the middle. I'll put an end to that. Oh, stupid artwork. I'll put an end to that. down before you finish that sentence.
Huh. Huh?
You're real mature. Laughing at a brain damaged tree. Help, SOS. Is there a dendrologist in the house? And this is the Doppler effect. Always teaching science. Oh, ain't that nice? A tree fall.
Huh.
No! This holiday is worse than Dutch elm disease. No offense there.
Iedereen heeft de Nederlanders altijd is goed. Humans haven't used us for too long. Today, we celebrate our Arbor Day.
We have got to get a better name for that holiday.
Let's have a joyful day.
I may live in the human world, but I never forget my tree roots.
Yeah, but
Hey, how'd you like me to pick something over you?
Huh.
I didn't like it at all.
Feed me! Feed me! You're not a tree, you're a plant. Yes, but I identify as a tree. Is heading into town, bent on revenge for years of bad tree